Hey there, boils and ghouls. It's your friend Tats. I'm back with a new video. I do apologize for getting this video out late, and yeah, it's been a very interesting day to say the least. Just real quick, now I'm over 200 subscribers, and I know I said it in a previous video, but again, I just wanted to take a second to thank each and every one of you, from my very first subscriber to my most recent subscriber. It really means a lot to me, and there wouldn't be any reason for me to do this if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm very blessed to have all of you, here. And, I'm very blessed that, you take the time to watch my videos. And, hopefully I'm give enough information to be informative and hopefully entertaining as well. And I hope to keep doing this. So thank you, everyone. Okay, so before I get into, the movie that the 4K Blu-ray that we're going to review, just wanted to show a couple of other little doodads that I picked up today. We got this in the mail. I know people are going to be like, really? But what can I say? I'm a Rob Zombie fan, and I got The Munsters. And I have watched this movie. I highly recommend, though, if you're going to watch it, I would definitely say watch it in black and white. It really does look so much better that way. I mean, it's fine. You can watch it in color and everything, but just personally, like, I don't know. It just feels so much. It just feels like this really should have been black and white. And he even says on the commentary, that, he thought about making it black and white, but he was just like, he's like, yeah, it's like that wasn't really. I wasn't gonna really sell that idea. And it's like, do you want to get the movie made or do you not want to get the movie made? But anyway, so I don't really want to go into too much on my thoughts on the movie. I've watched it and I'm kind of letting it set in, let it percolate, and then here in a couple of weeks, not this upcoming Saturday, but the next Saturday, I plan to review this for the Body Bags channel, so I can go more in depth on that. But yeah, so picked up Rob Zombie's The Munsters. So I know I'm going to hell, but what can I say? This here, I can't believe I got this for $3, and yeah, the discs were kind of dirty, but once I cleaned it up, it played, and we have Looney Tunes Platinum Collection, Volume 3. I have all the Looney Tunes on DVD, but any chance to upgrade to Blu-ray, you know me, I'll take it. But that being said, I'm not going to sell or get rid of my DVDs. I'm keeping that. I grew up with these cartoons. I love these cartoons, so yeah, there's no way in hell I'm ever going to get rid of my DVDs. I'm keeping those. Even if I can upgrade to Blu-ray, I'm still keeping my DVDs. So, and this here finally got a steelbook. It's been a little while, but yeah, I managed to get a steelbook in today, and we got Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Really good movie. I like the way this done. Not really. I kind of more prefer the glossy finish instead. I think they call it like a matte finish, but anyway, still really nice steelbook. There's the spine. Then there's the back. You gotta have Brandy on there. So cool. Have the dog on there. But yeah, not really anything new about the discs. The discs are your standard 4K Blu-ray, and the thing is like really there's nothing really new about this edition. The bonus features are all the same. Everything else. So you get the inside there. So the ninth film from Quentin Tarantino. So really good film. I really love this movie, and it's definitely one of my favorite Tarantino movies. And yeah, just real quick, it's like I find it interesting. Here in 2019, this movie came out in 2019, but the thing is in 2019 we had at least 3 movies come out about the Tate LaBianca murders, because 2019 was the 50th anniversary. So we had this one, which was, everybody considered this the good movie. Then you had The Haunting of Sharon Tate, which everyone thought was the terrible movie. And then you had the movie I don't think too many people really watched, which was Charlie Says, which, pretty much the whole basic plot of that movie was, let's take all of the blame off of the Manson girls, put it all on Watson and Manson, and let's conveniently leave out all the horrible things that the women did in the murders and stuff like that. So I think, yeah, kind of that idea is, I don't think anybody really cared for that much. So, but this one here, this was kind of like, I think the reason this one won out of the three movies is because you really have Margot Robbie playing Sharon Tate as a real character. She's not, usually whenever they do these movies about the Manson murders and stuff, Sharon Tate, J.C. Bring, Wojciech Frykowski, Abigail Folger, Stephen Parent, Leno Rosemary LaBianca, all that. They're all just seen as victims. Usually, they're always played as just like they're just there to be killed, and that's it. They don't really go in depth on any of the characters. The TV remake of Helter Skelter back in the early 2000s, that one kind of did, but this one here, gives you more information about who Sharon Tate was, the kind of person that she was, and just this movie. Even though the other two movies said, oh, we're being really respectful to Sharon Tate and the victims and their memory and all that kind of stuff, but when you watch those movies, they're anything but respectful. I mean, they're just so exploitative and everything else. And this movie, and the fact I think too, once word got out that when they were making this movie, both Tarantino and Margot Robbie reached out to Deborah Tate, Sharon's sister, and they made sure she was on set, and they picked her brain to get information, and they were always, Margot Robbie was always, talking to Deborah Tate, like, is this right? Am I getting it right? Things like that. Which, that was one thing that bothered me about this movie was knowing that, it was like it was great that DiCaprio got nominated Best Actor. It was great that Brad Pitt got nominated and won Best Supporting Actor. It was not great that Margot Robbie didn't get nominated at all. In my opinion, she should have. But anyway, yeah, I'm kind of using up a lot of time here. Sorry about that, but still, pretty cool steelbook. And there we go. All right, now let's get to 7 minutes in. Jesus, let's get to what you really came here for. Today, today we're going to review the Scream Factory 4K of Evil Dead 2013, the remake to the original Evil Dead. And it is nice to have this on 4K. And I'm kind of curious as to what the thinking behind this was, because for whatever reason, Sony licensed this out to Scream Factory to put it out. And Sony is not, they're not shy about putting movies out on 4K. Hell, this is a Sony 4K. So I don't get it, but I'm wondering if this is to, that was one of the things. I was looking on the bonus features, like, is there anything, maybe because we got a new Evil Dead movie coming soon, Evil Dead Rise. I think that's coming out early 2023. I thought maybe this was kind of like putting this out to kind of get everybody hyped, or I don't know. Maybe it's because, Lionsgate put out the first two Evil Dead movies. Scream Factory has Army of Darkness coming out next week, which I plan to review. And so I guess they figured, let's go ahead and, maybe this wasn't really high on Sony's list, so let's go ahead and get it out. So that way everybody can have all the Evil Dead movies on 4K, so maybe that's what it was. But this here really is pretty much just this 2-disc set, on 1 disc. The bonus features, I did check. The bonus features are pretty much the same. There's nothing new in terms of the bonus features. But this one here, while this is a 2-disc Blu-ray, this is a 1-disc 4K, and you get both the R-rated original theatrical version and the unrated version. New 4K restoration by Sony, audio commentary with actors Jane Levy, Lou Taylor Pucci, Jessica Lucas, director Fede Alvarez, and writers Rodo Saigues. Directing the Dead featurette, Evil Dead the Reboot featurette, Making Life Difficult featurette, Unleashing the Evil Force featurette, Being Mia featurette, and the theatrical trailer. And but there's really nothing new. All the bonus features you get on here is what you get on here. So, you do get Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision, Dolby Master Audio 5.1, and that's one thing I gotta say. On this is a really good, solid. The picture transfer is really good, really solid. The sound, I'm gonna be honest with you, I love the sound on here a lot more than I did on this thing. I'll tell you that much, because on this thing here, Scream Factory actually did a really good job with the sound, because I put it on, I was like, holy shit, I gotta turn the sound down a little bit. It's like pretty loud, and I was able to hear it. When I bought this thing, I'm not even joking. When I bought this thing here, my God, I put in the unrated version to watch, and I kept having to turn it up, turn it up, turn it up because I could never hear it. Just the sound on the Blu-ray on this to me is atrocious. So it's really nice just to get, just to get a version of the unrated version with good sound quality. So it's worth it, in my opinion, just for that alone. And but the picture quality does look good. Um, if you're kind of one of the things I will say is like the effects that Greg Nicotero and Howard Berger did are really good, really solid. And so if you're really worried about if the 4K is going to make the make the practical effects look too obvious and stuff, it's like honestly it's like I didn't have a problem with that or anything. So I just yeah, this was definitely a good version to get, and I do recommend this. But there is something else. We'll get to this in just a minute, okay? But here's the front. There's the spine. There we got the back. Okay. And there we go. Same thing. And unfortunately, very basic. No reversible cover art. If you're hoping for that, you ain't going to get it. And there you go. Let's see here. See if we can turn that around. Come on. There you go. There's my camera right there. But anyway, yeah, very simple, very basic, and it's not really that expensive. This here was like $27, I think. It was like $24.99 plus tax, so it came out to about $27. So not bad. I mean, it's reasonable price. Yeah, you don't get Blu-rays with this. You only get the 4K. But honestly, being that it's an upgrade from this, I'm fine with it. Now, here's the point that I really wanted to get to. Okay, I went down to my local record store. I knew they would have this in. Today they just released it today. I knew they would have it, so I go down and I pick it up. Get back home, put the disc in my player. It won't play and everything. So I take the disc out, and I come to find out the disc, had a lot of scratches on it, and now my 4K Blu-ray player, the one that I had, will not play discs. It will play maybe like a DVD, but as far as like Blu-ray or 4K go, forget it. It won't play it. So, fun part, I had to go back to the record store, and they were willing to give me a different copy of it, and they were even nice enough to open it up and check and make sure the disc was good and clean and everything else. And but that was the thing, I didn't think about doing that when I first got it. So, but still, it's like, yeah, my player was messed up and everything. So not only did I go and have to return this and get a replacement copy, but I had to go and buy a whole brand new 4K Blu-ray player as well. So the thing I want to stress to everybody, if you're going to buy this, okay, I don't know. Now that's the thing. I don't know if just my player was about ready to go out anyway, and the disc was just kind of the final nail in the coffin, or what. But I strongly, strongly urge, if you pick this up, before you put in your player, check the disc. Make sure that the disc is clear. I made the mistake. I didn't do that. I put the disc in, and now I ended up having to buy a brand new 4K Blu-ray player just because, like I said, I don't know if this disc was, not this one in particular, but the one that I had before that I traded in and got this one. I don't know if that disc was just the final nail in the coffin. I don't know if my player was, about ready to take a dump, or if the disc ruined it, or whatever else. But still, like I said, if you pick this thing up, seriously, check the disc. Make sure that the disc is not messed up. Okay? So, but anyway, though, yeah, I do recommend it if you are a fan of this movie. I'm going to be honest, the first time I watched this movie, I really did not like it. I did not like it at all. I love the Evil Dead trilogy. I love Ash vs. Evil Dead. This movie here, the first time I watched it, I did not like it. But it ended up being one of those situations, like a little while, I was like, okay, maybe try to approach it with, more fresh eyes. And I started watching it, and I watched it a couple more times, and honestly, it's one of these movies, like the more that I watch it, the more I like it. I don't like it as much as the original Evil Dead trilogy or Ash versus Evil Dead. But still, this is a movie that I have grown to finally like it. I just oh man, when I first time I watched this, I couldn't stand it. But I think a lot of it had to do with just like I mean, I still have some problems with this movie, and I know the original trilogy definitely has its flaws and everything. They're not perfect movies either, but those movies, I think because they were just thoroughly entertaining, that really made all the difference. But yeah, but this here, it's like I said, I've finally gotten where I like it. I still have problems with it. I think one of the things that, in my opinion, this movie didn't do well, but they fixed that problem with Ash versus Evil Dead was that, when this movie was coming out, they first said that the Mia character was going to be the, she was going to be like the new Ash and stuff like that. And it's like at the beginning of the movie, she's just this moody, bitchy drug addict. Then, 85% of the movie, she's possessed. Then she comes back at the end of the movie, defeats the monster and everything. So I was kind of really hoping that, we were going to get like a character, and somebody that was going to be interesting in her own way and all that kind of stuff. And we didn't really get that. But anyway, in my opinion, Ash versus Evil Dead kind of solved that problem with creating the character of Kelly. Kelly to me is like, that was kind of like the Evil Dead female heroine that I wanted. So, but like I said, I've kind of grown on this one. But so anyway, that's pretty much going to do it. So hopefully, because of this whole thing, though, I do have an announcement to make. If anybody was hoping that next week I was going to, review the 4Ks of the box set of Halloween 6, 7, and 8. Unfortunately, I really did not factor into account that I was going to have to buy a new 4K Blu-ray player, so I'm going to have to put that one off for a little bit. I do have a couple of other goodies coming in next week that I can review, and I'm going to be able to get those. It's just, unfortunately, because of this setback, I'm going to have to wait a little bit on getting my Halloween 6, 7, and 8 box set. But still, please come back because, next week I got a couple of good ones. I got a couple of fun, 4Ks that I'm going to be able to review. So, but anyway, yeah, so this is it. Yeah, I say if you're a fan of this movie, go ahead and pick it up. Or even if you just want it, just so you can have all the Evil Dead movies on 4K, I say go for it. So that's it. So, if any of you took the time to watch this, I thank you for doing it, and I appreciate you for doing it. I honestly hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave it a like. If you haven't already, please go and subscribe to my channel. There's a lot more stuff coming, and we're going to have some fun. And I'm trying to look all the time for ideas for fun videos to do. The 4K Blu-ray reviews are still going to be coming, but I thought maybe try to even squeeze some other fun videos out of it. So yeah. That's it. Take care of my boils and ghouls, and I'll see you later.